Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trader Girl Tuesday. I'm so happy to be here with you all. Thank you for coming. I'm super excited. We're coming into the fourth quarter. Wow, fourth quarter of the year. This is wild. Yeah, so let's just hop into it. I didn't hop on the charts yesterday, so I have to catch up. But yeah, let's start with some news. It looks like we have a red folder at 10 a.m., so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get much. Oh, and look, the president speaks at 11. FOMC, interesting. On a Tuesday? Not red folder, though, so it's probably okay. Let me make sure you all can see and hear me. It looks like yep, looking good. Perfect. Yeah. So there was something else I wanted to say. Whatever. If it was important, it will come back, right? Yeah, so I'm looking, let's start with a top-down analysis. I'm looking at the daily chart, and I see here, so I'm trying to figure out, obviously we're overall bullish, right? But are we in a time of retracement like I thought we were last week? And then we respected this daily BISI, right? Let me notate that for completeness sake. My allergies are acting up, guys. I really do have fall allergies and spring allergies. Why is this box not working for me? Okay. So we have this daily SIBI that it looks like it respected. And so last week, let me not extend to the right, turn it blue, middle background blue, text coordinate, daily BISI. So yeah, so this last week told me like, hey, we respected, look at how it respected the upper quadrant of the daily BISI. So I was like, okay, we're probably going back higher now. But look at what happened yesterday. And I wonder if it was just like, hey, it's only Monday, don't expect too much from us. But the fact that it kind of closed underneath this 1 hour SIBI, and right now we're poking up into it. I wanted to see a body get above their retest to take out the highs. But again, it was only Monday, so I don't know. Hello, friend. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so I don't know if it was just the fact that it was Monday or it's gonna keep going down and possibly aim for this low. But I thought we were back on the bullish train. So I don't know. Time will tell. Let's see. It does look like 9:30 just opened. Let me drop down really quick to the 1 minute and see if we have an opening range gap to work with today. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It was barely anything. It already closed. High key. So, okay. So no, we don't have that to work with today. So let me go back to the 1 hour. I want to see if, notice how it's been respecting this 1 hour SIBI. Now it's retesting underneath. I don't know, guys. It might be, I don't know. I want to see it continue to go higher and take out this all-time high because that's what we've been doing. But the fact that it didn't get over that hump yesterday, which it could just be waiting for today, I don't know. So I just fibbed this 1 hour parent swing. I thought maybe this would have gotten to equilibrium, and I see it didn't. So it could be waiting for that. I don't really see anything to the left. To the left, it looks like a lot of back and forth. I do see a little BISI there. I'm gonna notate that. It's so tiny. I don't know why it's doing this, not letting me use my little cheat shortcut. So it didn't quite get in there. So I don't know if it wants to do unfinished business. It also aligns with the consequential encroachment. Wait, did it get in there? Let me zoom in. Actually, it did. It did get in there already. Yeah. Let me draw this down a little bit more. So I'm trying to determine where is price going. The fact that it went into here and didn't take out this high or let alone get back into this SIBI, I'm thinking it doesn't want to go higher. I hate to say that because we reacted strongly off of this daily busy. Like, that tells me, hey, we're reaching for the next high. It failed to do that on Monday. Granted, it's only Monday. But look at this wick, how it had just a nasty premium wick. And now we're bleeding off. Like, I don't know. I think it has some unfinished business in this 1 hour parent swing. Underneath price, like aside from this, which is coupled with the equilibrium, we also have this discount PD array underneath the 50%, which also aligns again with this daily BISI. So I don't know. I'm actually surprised that it's not. It's pointing the finger to me and telling me it wants to retrace a little bit. So I guess we're just gonna have to let it do what it wants to do. So if it's gonna retrace, the next target would be this low, filling in this 1 hour BISI a little bit more. Maybe it wants to lay a body in there, because as of right now, it just did institutional order flow entry drill. So it may want to lay a body in there just to take out all type of like sell side liquidity before continuing to go higher. That's really what everything is pointing to me right now. I'm just so surprised because we reacted so strongly from this daily SIBI. I really thought this week, like Friday, kind of set it up for Monday to go higher and take out the all-time highs. But it's looking like Tuesday or the end of Monday, it kind of pulled back and was like, nope, we not going. And now Tuesday, you can see it's respecting this 1 hour SIBI. Like, it hasn't closed above it yet. So reading the tape, you kind of just got to read what it's telling you. And that's kind of what it's telling me. Despite my overall bullishness, it's telling me, I don't know, like, it left this SIBI behind. Price was consolidating kind of like all last night. Didn't even reach into there. Just respecting the lower half of this 1 hour SIBI from, what day is this? From last week, Tuesday. So that's cool. A salient PD array we had from last Trader Girl Tuesday. So yeah, I mean, hey, we're just going to have to watch it keep retracing until it's time to get back on the bullish train. I thought we were back on the bullish train, especially with how strong Monday reaction happened. Like, let's see. Yeah, like look at Monday. It just, from Friday, it just went up all the way. And I thought we were in a good place until it bled off. So let's see what it wants to do. Let me drop down to the 15-minute. Yeah, look at these relative equal highs here. Like, this is super smooth. I don't know why. Oh, it's probably waiting for 10 a.m. 10 a.m. and president is speaking at 11. That's probably what it's doing right now. Because logically or rationally, I'm like, yo, we have all this buy side. We're overall bullish. It should go higher. So it's probably just setting up a little AM session of a just get people off sides, take out any sell stops before proceeding to go higher. That's probably what it's doing. That makes more sense in my head. But if it keeps on bleeding and gets back down to this daily BISI, I'm gonna have some questions. Like, yo, are we overall bearish? Like, because if we get back into this daily BISI and even past the consequential encroachment of this discount wick targeting this low here, that's gonna change the whole narrative. because thus far we've been overall bullish on the higher time frame. Had some mild retracement. It's expected. I literally thought that's all we needed, but who knows? So let's not get overly excited or until the market gets overzealous. So right now we did see it did take this low. It's trading below this 1 hour BISI. Now let's see what it does in this 1 hour BISI. If it closed below retest, then we're going down here. We're going down here into this 1 hour BISI, which is also coupled with this overall daily BISI. But let's not, I don't know. I want to see it setting people up and wanted to go back higher because that would make sense with our overall bullishness, and especially the fact that it's leaving. Look at this relative highs, just leaving those. So I don't know. It's bleeding off. It's bleeding off. I'm still not trusting it though, especially with the red folder coming up at 10. This could be a setup. So just be careful. Just be careful. And then let's also see how it's going to react at this 1 hour. At this 1 hour BISI. Bodies accordingly right now seem to be respecting it, but it's really too soon to tell. We have this first presented fair value gap today. Let me mark that. Got a nice little reaction off of it. Ooh, it's getting lower, guys. It's getting lower. Yep, we're getting that close below. Close below. So, okay, if that's the case, let's try to identify our next. Yeah, the next one is just still here because if you look closely, it's just a lot of back and forth. This is really the only PD array from where price was when we got on the charts till now. And then this is also coupled with the equilibrium of this parent swing from this low to this high. Let me put that back on the chart. So yeah, we just hit equilibrium. So now, obviously, once you hit equilibrium price, it's fair trade right now, like fair market. It can go higher or lower. I kind of prefer to see it go higher, take out these relatively equal highs, pull back into this 1 hour SIBI, preferably close above last week's 1 hour SIBI, reaching back towards these relative equal highs, which are also the all-time highs. That's what I want to see because it'll be in line with our overall bullish narrative. What will stand in the way of that narrative is if it continues to bleed out, reaching for this PD array, this discount PD array. So we shall see. I like the fact that it's pulling back up. Give me some more, make it more sense. Like that's why you got to be careful with these Judas swings. Because that is it's looking really good for the sales, but I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. So let's see. We still haven't gotten a close yet. In fact, it actually closed above. So let's see if it's just needing more time to go lower, or if it was, yeah, we shouldn't have trusted that bleed off to begin with. So let's see. Nope, pulling back. Let's see if it's a retest. To continue higher, we would need to see a retest, close above this first presented fair value gap. If it closes below this 1 hour, then it's going. It has to, the only other PD array will be here. Hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you all. Just to recap, we're trying to figure out if this was a Judas swing, getting us off sides with this bleed off, because overall, we've been bullish on the higher time frame. We've had a minor retracement, but it respected the consequential encroachment of this discount wick. Cool. It also respected this daily BISI. So on Friday and Monday, it kind of looked like it was setting up to take out these all-time highs. It failed to get past last Tuesday's 1 hour SIBI. And now we're at equilibrium of this parent swing. So I'm trying to decipher, are we going back on the bullish train and possibly reach into this 1 hour SIBI? Or was this not a Judas swing, and is it actually trying to go lower into this discount array? So that's where we're at right now, waiting for price to tip its hand to us. We had a nice reaction off of this 1 hour, off of this first presented fair value gap on the 1 minute. However, it did not close below the 1 hour BISI yet to make it inverted. So that's what I'm waiting for now. Trying to see if it's just the retest to continue higher, or if it's not, then we're going lower. But I would like to see it go higher and take out these highs, these relatively equal highs, into this 1 hour SIBI coupled with last week's 1 hour SIBI. I was also speculating that maybe it's waiting for the 10 a.m. news. We have a red folder and we have the president speaking at 11. So it could just be setting people up to be offsides, acquire any liquidity. Good. This is what I like to see. We had a close above the 1 hour BISI. We did have a few retests. Now we're back in this is what I wanted to see. Yay. Make it make sense in my head. Because the fact that it was bleeding off, I'm like, yo, why are you bleeding off? So good. This is what I like to see. So now we want to see if it's just coming back to retest this 1 minute, this first presented fair value gap. Hopefully not. What I want to see if it closes above this first presented fair value gap, retest and then reach for those highs. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. It's looking pretty good. Awesome. We got to close above. Let's see it keep that energy, keep that same energy. We don't want to see it pull too low into this first presented fair value gap. We want to see it retest in that upper quadrant to give us more indication or more confidence that we're reaching back towards these highs. Look at these. We got relatively equal highs. I do use ICT's models. Yes, I do. He's actually the only person I've ever studied from. I really don't know any other type of models. I started trading. He was my first mentor and I stuck with him. He's awesome. I just checked my Twitter or my X right now. He just tweeted some things talking about 9:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. First presented fair value gap. I was literally just saying that. Yay. So I love it when I'm kind of like on track with what he's thinking. Kind of makes me feel more confident on like my frame of thinking, Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. So yes, I do use ICT. And so right now I want to see how are we going to react in this first presented fair value gap. I like that we closed above, retest. I don't want to see it get into the lower quadrant because then that could just mean we're going back to take this low. I personally want to see it go for these relatively equal highs because that will make the most sense to me to keep on track with what Friday's setup and Monday's setup was. The reason why I'm feeling kind of iffy about it is because this major wick here, I'm not quite sure why it pulled back so deeply. Like, that's why I'm like, ugh, do we want to go for the all-time highs like we're anticipating because we've been overall bullish on the higher time frame narrative? But the fact that it pulled back so deeply, I don't like it. So I really need today, Tuesday, to kind of fill back in some of that retracement from yesterday. That'll make the most sense in my head. But obviously I can't dictate the market. The markets are going to do what it wants to do. So that's why we're just reading the tape and trying to track price, and the fact that it's pulling back lower, we do not want to see it close below the first presented fair value gap, because if so, then it's just going to go back down to here. And we know that our next salient PD array, if it is in fact going down here, but I don't want to see it. I want to see these smooth highs taken, you know, like that makes the most sense in my head. Like, look at this. It's just buy side liquidity, just waiting. But again, it could be waiting for 10 a.m. Good. I like to see this. Yes, we got another close above the first presented fair value gap. Awesome. And look at the bodies. Respecting the top of this first presented fair value gap. So, you know, ICT, he says, wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. So hopefully that's what he's saying. Michael says 913, 929 highs noted. Hey, yes, that's what I want to see too. That makes me feel good. Hopefully we're all on par. I don't like how it's meandering around though. I was really hoping this candle could keep going up. It just keeps retesting the upper quadrant of this first presented fair value gap, and I don't like that. I don't like it to spend too much time around a PD array that I want to see it reject from, you know? Because this is currently a SIBI, first presented fair value gap, so it could, let's check out the 5-minute. Okay, no bodies are above it, so that's good. We got to close above it on the 5-minute. That's good. I just don't like it touching the lower quadrant. If we're really bullish, it shouldn't spend this much time here. And look at that. If it closes below, I don't like it. Ooh-wee. Oh man. That's not what we like to see. Yep. Let's see. I do not use prop firms. I was kind of thinking about getting in bullish. I would, this isn't a trade advice service. I would just be leery for right now until we can get confirmation that it is going bullish. Like, that could have been a really good entry, but I don't like how it traded this low. So just wait a little bit until we have clear confirmation that we're back on the bullish track, because so far we've been dropping lower. It may not be the time to get bullish right now. We may have to wait until 10 o'clock, until after the news drop. If you are going to enter here, just make sure you use a tight stop loss, but I just don't recommend it. But this isn't do what you please. You may see something I don't see. So, do that. But you also asked, do I use a prop firm or just trade live? Yeah, I just use a live account. I'm not against prop firms. It just has a bunch of rules and fine prints that I don't really feel like reading or educating myself with, so I just tend to stay away from it. But I typically don't trade live that often either. You being new here, I do follow the opening range gap model, which is within the first 30 minutes, there's a 75% likelihood that price would trade at least to the 50% of the opening range gap on the regular trading hours. And there's a couple of parameters that has to line up for me to enter. And so one of them being a sweet spot of at least 75 to 200 handles to even be feasible to enter. And so a lot of times that doesn't, like today, for example, I think it barely even had an opening range gap. The opening range gap was only like not even 10 handles. So it's not a feasible day for me to enter. So I don't enter that often. I often just call the charts. Where's the liquidity? Where's the draw on liquidity? Where are salient PD arrays that we should keep an eye on? Kind of mostly just reading the tape and executing on Michael's ICT's PD arrays of like the 2022 fair value gaps, buy side, sell side liquidity. That's kind of what I kind of do. Yeah. Funded futures. Yeah, I know. I'm not funded by any prop firm, or I'm not even affiliated with any prop firm. So kind of just me and the charts and Michael, of course. I'm glad that he's back. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I was talking about. The fact that we were spending way too much time here, I wasn't digging it. And now it's like looking back, it wants to trade back lower. We still have this 1 hour BISI that could be our last line of defense for bullishness. It is 8 minutes until the news drop. So again, this could just be static, like just noise waiting for it, because those highs just look too scrumptious to leave behind. Oh my goodness. I just can't accept it. I will only accept that we're going lower is if we trade below this 1 hour and reach back into here. That's the only way I will accept it. Until then, I'm still trusting in the bulls. Just it's being really wooky right now. So just be careful, be mindful. We have a red folder coming up in 7 minutes, and we have the president speaking in like an hour. So this could all just be just to get people off sides, trying to get as many people stop losses as possible. So let's see. I see this 1 minute BISI. It doesn't look like it's respecting it. Like I said, the last line of defense would be this 1 hour BISI. Like I said before, if we close below this first predicted fair value gap, I wouldn't be surprised though if it takes out this low. So our last line of defense would be this 1 hour BISI. Oh, it took out the low. Took out the low. Took out the low, and look, it's back. It's back on the bleeder train. It's back on the bleeding train. Well, you know where it's... I'm going to just put a line there for completeness sake, because it may not get there within the next 6 minutes, but that's the only other PD array that I see, because all of this right here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's... And you know, it could make sense with the narrative. If we are still bullish and we're waiting for the 10 o'clock news or the 11 o'clock, talk about a discount, right? From this low to this high, this is a major discount. So it could make sense. It could make sense. I still on my bullish train, like I said before, for me to think that we're trading sides, we would have to get below this daily BISI and take out this low. Because then that changes everything. That changes the whole narrative. And if that happens, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but if that happens, I would say like, okay, price is actually, this is not a top because we don't call it tops, but this is just like where we want to see, or it's setting up for a retracement down into equilibrium on the higher time frame. Because we've been bullish, like extremely bullish since earlier this month, or September 2nd. So I'm not there yet though. I'm not there yet. I would have to see it respect or disrespect this daily BISI, invert that into a inverted fair value gap, and then take out that low. But I'm not there yet. These highs are too smooth. I really do think they're setting us up. I really do think it's a setup to come to target those highs, either at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So let's see. So we did drop below the 1 hour BISI. Now we're pulling back up above it, but it's also could just be an immediate rebalance. So don't get too excited yet. Don't get too excited yet. It's respecting all the bearish PD arrays. It's been disrespecting the bullish PD arrays. So again, for me to be convinced that it's going to reach for those relatively equal highs. I need to see it close above this first presented fair value gap, retest, and then go higher. It did not do that. It looked like it was trying to, but then when it got back into this, I was like, no, it shouldn't have done that. And that's when I knew it was going to keep going down lower. And it didn't. It took out the low. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. That's why we're reading the tape. We are in equilibrium where it can go either way. It's at fair market. I want to see it go up there. Let's see. Is this going to be the time? It has to get above this first presented fair value gap. I don't want to see it spend any time respecting the lower half of it, because that just means it's originally a SIBI, so that just means it's respecting it as a SIBI. We want to see it invert that SIBI so it can have bullish properties. It keeps losing energy though. We want to see it shoot through it. But we got 2 more minutes. It could still be setting us up for a big old push at 10 a.m. associated with the red folder. So we shall see. I want to see if it can push through it. It's looking like it's timid, not wanting to touch it. Push, 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 push. Come on, get above the consequential encroachment. If it can get above the consequential encroachment, it gives me more confidence that it can close back above the first presented fair value gap. But it needs to get out of this lower quadrant. I don't want to see it spend too much time here, because that just means it's still bearish. A bearish PD array. And there we go. Come on. Yeah, 18 seconds. Don't do it. Keeps knocking at this door. Let him in. Oh, we got another notification. Michael says 2470.01 low. Noted. News at 10 a.m. Oh yes, I missed it. Reading this tweet. That's what I want to see. I like that energy. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. Push. Push. He just tweeted again. He's distracting me. News incoming. Yes, news coming soon. Let's see what it does. Huh. That was a little underwhelming to be a red folder. That's it? I thought it was going to give us some, like, magnificent candle. Huh. I'm a little underwhelmed by that. That was anticlimactic. Alrighty. Well, we still need, if we're going to go for these highs, we still need to close above. Come on. I was really hoping that 10 a.m. news will be the driver for us. Dang. Okay. Well, I'm not liking this energy. And from where we started at 9:30, it's not looking good. Because if it respects this, then that just made not only did it make a lower low, but it failed to make a higher high. If it does not take out this high, then it's going lower. I sure hope so. Trump speaking will probably do more. That will only make sense in my head. Because I was really hoping it'll be some type of like outrageous boom of a candle. But awesome. Well, I'm glad that we were able to read the tape. We didn't do much. We did take out some lows. So we did call that kind of just reading it, tracking where it's going. I wish it kind of told us more. Yes, come on. Push higher. I really wanted to see it take out these highs with us live. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. Keep on. I wouldn't declare this morning a low resistance liquidity run because it did take some sell side liquidity. It did take some sell side liquidity. I just didn't like how it took out this low. I really thought this sell side liquidity into this 1 hour BISI would then send price higher, but instead it kind of just took out, it just made a lower low. But that could have been the fake for the 10 a.m. news setup. I was hoping for a more climatic 10 o'clock news driver to push price up. So yeah, so I typically just do the first 30 minutes because that's where my opening range gap model lies, within the first 30 minutes. But the AM session does run into 11, so I would love to see even it get up to these highs before the AM session is over. Even if I'm not here to see it with you, just remember, I want to see these highs taken. Ideally, I want to see it reach into this 1 hour SIBI. So just as a recap, before I leave you all, I want to leave you with some information. So let me clear off the charts so we can have a better view without all the lipstick. So our overall narrative has been bullish. We've been extremely bullish. We've been following the train. We've been taking out all-time highs. Price gave some mild retracement into this daily BISI, which I still kind of think that's all we need to go back higher. We don't pick the tops, so I wouldn't be surprised if it will continue. The fact that yesterday closed with such a big premium wick had me suspect. I did not like that. So today it's going to be a really turning factor for me. On the 1 hour, you see we have this parent swing. Price pull down into the equilibrium of the parent swing. Awesome. That's what we want to see. Notice how the body's pulled back and closed above. Perfect. It's looking like it wants to pull back into this 1 hour SIBI above and then close above this 1 hour SIBI from last week. That's what I would need to see to believe that we are back on the bullish train. If we do not get back up there, we are going for this 1 hour BISI. If it gets to that 1 hour BISI, I am questioning the narrative, and I would be questioning, are we still on our bullish train? Or did we make a stop here and we're, pulling back to be bearish? So today is really going to tell me a lot. We are still in like a no man's land right now because we're around this equilibrium and it could go either way. Look at that. Look at how it keeps failing to go higher. We keep having all the opportunities to push higher and it's saying no. So we can't force it to go our way, and we have to continue to read the tape because it will leave us breadcrumbs, and we can't be married to one bias. So keep in mind, I'm going to leave you with two things. If price takes out this low, it's reaching into this 1 hour BISI. For me to believe that it's going back higher, it has to close above this this first presented fair value gap and take out this high. So time will tell. Thank you for joining, everyone. Yes, have an amazing day. I hope you all had a great time. I am here every Tuesday, Trader Girl Tuesday. Be sure to tune into my socials, Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I do daily recaps every morning, and I do lives on Tuesday. And so, yes, that's what I'm going to leave you with. This low, this 1 hour BISI. Looks like that's where it wants to go. So I hope you all had a great time. Of course, it was my pleasure. Thank you all for coming and have an amazing day.